Welcome to Landa Park, a famous tourist attraction in New Braunfels. For decades, Landa Park was known as the beauty spot of Texas. New Braunfels boasts that it's the first tourist attraction to be advertised in the city. How long this area served as a magnet is difficult to say. This part of Texas is known to have been visited by nomadic Paleo Indians. Native American Indians, Spaniards, and German settlers alike were frequent visitors. Great volumes of Indian artifacts such as arrowheads, pots, tools, and skeletons have been found on Landa Park grounds. It's truly an archaeology-sensitive site. To help us understand what makes Landa Park so special and why 500,000 tourists visit this phenomenal park annually, let's visit one of its unique natural features. We'll also recap some of the history of these 196 acres and why Landa Park should be protected. Centuries ago, when advancing and retreating seas inhibited central Texas, vast amounts of limestone were deposited, creating the Edwards Plateau formation. As we observe the water belching from the rock, we're seeing the Comal Springs. The Balcones Fault displacement of rock formations caused the underground barriers, which forces the water in the Edwards Aquifer to rise through the fissures and form the springs. Spanish explorers called the springs Las Fontanas. Travelers on El Camino Real, the King's Highway, blazed in 1691 to connect Monclova, Mexico, to missions in East Texas, used the springs as a stop along the way. The French explorer Saint Denis was known to visit the area in 1764. We are looking at the largest spring west of the Mississippi. Before heavy pumping of recent years, and with normal rainfall, the springs flow 210 million gallons a day. The water from these springs furnish water downstream to Seguin and Victoria before emptying from the Guadalupe River into the estuaries and finally into the Gulf of Mexico. During a 7-year drought in 1956, these springs stopped flowing. Beside this big spring, there are thousands of springs which form another natural wonder in Landa Park. The springs form the shortest river in the world. The Comal River is a mere 3¼ miles long. Landa Park is in a unique location in Texas. Right above the big spring, the raised formation forms the Edwards Plateau. We call it the Hill Country. Landa Park serves as a catch basin for waters coming from the Hill Country, flowing past the high school, through Panther Canyon, through the wading pool, filling the pool with river rock, and emptying into the Comal River. We see damaging erosion, a concern for the 230 members of the Friends for the Preservation of Historic Landa Park, formed in 2008. These rock walls were constructed by the Works Program Administration, or WPA, in 1937 and has served the park for 72 years. However, mammoth floods have taken their toll on the rock retaining walls, separating the rock from the banks, filled by water. The loss of soil creates a hazardous bank, beside robbing the park of large amounts of soil. Here we observe the severe erosion at the apron of the bridge. This is very dangerous. The water in the lake comes from thousands of springs and during rainfall from Bleeders Creek. And during the drought of 1956, the lake dried up. As we walk onto the peninsula, we see some of Harry Landa's ideas and landscaping features. The natural beauty of Landa's park was enhanced by the addition of a Philippine Gazebo. Harry Landa used the Philippine Gazebo to reflect the Oriental influence that was typical of the late 1800s. The Friends for the Preservation of Historic Landa Park are concerned with the erosion around the structure and with its general appearance. The train is the most popular activity among the old and young alike. The children enjoy the air blowing in their faces as they pass bystanders and wave their tiny hands. Senior citizens relive their youth as they enjoy the beauty of the park. The Friends for Preservation of Historic Landa Park are very concerned about the condition of the banks and the erosion caused by the lack of grass cover. If the erosion is not controlled and the repairs needed for this bank are not done soon, the train will not be able to run, for there will not be enough soil to put a track on. In 1986, the community wanted a project to commemorate the Texas sesquicentennial, so the selection was settled on fencing this old oak to protect it. A contest was held to name the tree, and a young student named it Founders Oak, or Grundereichen, or Roble de los Fundadores, in 3 different languages as a monument to the founders of New Braunfels. The Founders Oak reminds us of all the trees in Landa Park. In 1981, the Guatacoma Garden Club established an arboretum because there were many native trees growing in one area, and it was noted by a botanist of universities that Landa Park was unique in that it had more species of trees growing in it than any place in Texas. The Landa Park Arboretum was renamed in 2008 to the William and Dolores Schumann Arboretum and has 68 different species of trees. The Friends for the Preservation of Historic Landa Park are very concerned over the number of trees lost in Landa Park. Since 2006 alone, nearly 50 mature trees. Poor tree care is the cause of the large loss of trees. The causes are many, but the solution could be implemented and could save the trees. The sooner, the better. The soil is compacted by overcrowding, lack of oxygen to the tree roots, lack of water due to the absence of an irrigation system, and the need for mulch and aeration to the soil is denied. Until these trees are improved, Landa Park will be treeless unless management is improved. What child doesn't enjoy feeding the ducks and the fish? They love to see the way the ducks paddle in the water, and they enjoy seeing the fish devour the food. This area is very, very popular, as well as other parts of the river, where people stand on the banks and tree roots to feed the ducks. As you can see, this area is eroded badly. True, the roots of the tree are furnishing soil erosion protection to the bank, but unless a mulch cover is applied and maintained, the tree will eventually fall in the water. All of the soil will wear away. As we contemplate why we find Landa Park such a wonderful place to get away, to take children to the playground, to have picnics, take our daily walks, swim, play volleyball, and take our guests to see the springs, we must first understand why exactly it is that Landa Park is so beautiful. Is it because of the buildings? Reflect with me a moment. It's Landa Park at sunrise. The water is shimmering in the new light, and if you listen carefully, you can hear its rippling. The birds are chirping, welcoming the new day. The ducks and geese are slowly beginning to move, some already in the water. Another day is beginning in Landa Park. Oh, and have you seen the mornings when the mist is coming off of Landa Lake? We've each experienced the magic of this place. It's our treasure. For more information about the Friends for Preservation of Historic Landa Park, or to find out how you can get involved, please call Bill Kolodzi at 830-625-6495.